Imagine following someone online, watching their life through perfectly curated posts, glamorous photos, and videos that make everything seem perfect. You trust them. You admire them. You think you know them. But what if behind that filtered world, a darkness hides a darkness so chilling it reaches the people closest to them, the ones who should be safest? Today, we're diving into the terrifying story of an influencer who turned her own family into victims. A story that proves that sometimes the people we think we know best can become our worst nightmare. In the age of social media, influencers hold incredible power. Millions follow them, buy what they sell, trust their advice, and even model their lives after theirs. But not every influencer is who they seem. Behind the smiles, behind the photo shoots and vacation pictures, some hide dangerous secrets. This story begins with an influencer, a young woman admired for her beauty, charisma, and online success. Her audience thought she was living the dream. Her family thought she was the pride of their household. But beneath her carefully crafted persona, something far more sinister was brewing. Early signs. From the outside, her life looked perfect. She posted daily about fashion, lifestyle, and the little joys of family life. Her social media was filled with happy family photos, vacations, and celebrations. But those closest to her began noticing strange behaviors. Small at first disappearances without explanation, aggressive outbursts over minor disagreements, and an obsessive control over the family's daily routines. She monitored everything, from what her siblings wore to how her parents spent their free time. Her charm made it hard for anyone to confront her. People assumed she was just a perfectionist or stressed from managing her online career. But the truth was far more disturbing: manipulation and control. It started with manipulation. She would isolate family members from one another, creating rifts and turning minor conflicts into major fights. A comment made at dinner could spiral into days of tension, all orchestrated by her. She used social media as a tool, publicly presenting a perfect family image while privately enforcing strict, cruel control. Her parents, proud of her online success, initially turned a blind eye to the warning signs. Siblings who tried to speak up were met with threats, emotional blackmail, or subtle psychological abuse. She became the center of the household, the ruler of a fragile kingdom built on fear and appearances. Escalation of violence. The situation escalated. It started with verbal abuse, but soon it moved to physical intimidation. Family members reported being locked out of their rooms, possessions destroyed, and being threatened when they questioned her decisions. Friends and extended family began noticing bruises and signs of stress, but they were dismissed as minor incidents or accidents. Behind closed doors, the family lived in constant anxiety. Every action was scrutinized, every word was measured to avoid her wrath. The influencer, the girl everyone online admired, had created a living nightmare for the very people who loved her. The breaking point. The breaking point came one evening when her obsession with control reached a terrifying climax. She accused a family member of betrayal, a claim that was completely fabricated, and used it as justification for a violent confrontation. The family, terrified and unsure of how to respond, tried to calm her down. But her aggression had reached a point where reasoning was impossible. Authorities were finally called when the situation turned physically dangerous. It was a shock for everyone who knew her online persona. To the millions of followers, she was a role model. To her family, she had become a predator within their own home. Investigation reveals horrific truths. The investigation that followed revealed more than anyone could have imagined. Police discovered that she had been meticulously planning ways to control and terrorize her family for months, using psychological manipulation techniques that experts compared to cult-like behavior. She recorded private conversations, tracked movements, and created detailed plans to isolate family members from outside help. Interviews with neighbors and friends revealed a consistent pattern: a charming, charismatic figure in public, but a tyrant at home. Those who dared confront her online or in person reported harassment and threats, confirming that her behavior wasn't limited to her household. The public reaction. Once news of the case broke, it sent shockwaves through the online community. Millions who had admired her were left questioning their own judgments and the authenticity of social media personalities. The story ignited conversations about the dangers of influencer culture and the blind trust people place in online personas. Experts weighed in, warning that the combination of unchecked fame, easy access to money, and social media validation can amplify dangerous traits. What was terrifying in this case was not just the abuse itself, but the methodical, calculated nature of it. It wasn't impulsive anger, it was premeditated control. Psychological insights. Psychologists analyzing the case described the influencer as displaying traits of extreme narcissism and manipulative tendencies. Her ability to present a perfect image while hiding abuse demonstrates what experts call dual lives, where one persona is public and socially acceptable, and the private persona is controlling, dangerous, or abusive. Family members described the emotional toll as devastating. The fear, confusion, and constant vigilance required to avoid triggering her left lasting scars. Some family members required therapy for months to cope with the trauma, and even then, the road to recovery is long. A cautionary tale. This case serves as a chilling reminder that appearances can be deceiving. It shows how fame and social media can hide true character, and how those closest to someone are often the most vulnerable. It's easy to be captivated by someone's charm, intelligence, or success, but this story proves the importance of vigilance and awareness. Social media has created a world where trust can be weaponized. The influencer's followers believed they knew her, but her family lived a completely different reality. The gap between perception and reality is sometimes terrifyingly wide. Lessons learned. One lesson from this case is the danger of idolizing people without truly knowing them. Online interactions are curated, often carefully edited, to show only the most favorable aspects of life. It's crucial to remember that influence does not equal integrity, and charm does not equal kindness. For families and friends, the story emphasizes the importance of communication and setting boundaries. Isolation, manipulation, and control are red flags that must be addressed immediately, even if the abuser is someone you admire or love. Ignoring small signs can escalate into unimaginable trauma. The legal outcome. Legally, the influencer faced charges ranging from psychological abuse to physical intimidation. Courts recognized the severity of her actions, taking into account not only the direct harm inflicted, but also the psychological manipulation that affected every aspect of family life. Her sentencing served as a stark warning that abuse, even behind closed doors, will not be ignored. The case also prompted discussions about the responsibility of social media platforms in monitoring behavior. While she had manipulated her family offline, her online persona contributed to her sense of invincibility and amplified her control. It raised questions about whether platforms could intervene when signs of dangerous behavior are evident. Recovery and moving forward. For the family, recovery is ongoing. They have taken steps to rebuild trust, regain independence, and heal from the trauma. Therapy, support groups, and close relationships with friends outside the influencer's influence have been crucial. While the scars remain, the family's resilience shows that survival and healing are possible, even after living through sustained abuse. For viewers, this story is a powerful reminder. Sometimes, danger isn't a stranger lurking in the shadows. Sometimes, it comes from the people you think you know best. It's a warning to trust your instincts, watch for manipulative behavior, and never ignore the signs of abuse, no matter how charming or successful the person may seem. Exploitation through social media fame. Her influence wasn't limited to the walls of her home. She skillfully used her massive online following to reinforce her control over her family. Publicly, she posted content portraying herself as the perfect daughter, sister, and niece, while privately punishing family members for failing to live up to her idealized image. She threatened to expose family failures on social media, using the fear of public embarrassment as a tool for obedience. Even subtle hints in posts or stories could trigger intense anxiety for her relatives, who felt constantly monitored and judged by thousands of strangers online. This manipulation turned social media itself into a weapon, a platform where her charm and reach amplified her power, making it nearly impossible for her family to escape the psychological grip she held over them. The world of social media is dazzling, but behind the filters and perfect posts, darkness can hide. This influencer's story is not just shocking, it's a cautionary tale about trust, manipulation, and the danger of idolizing people online. Families can be trapped in fear, lives can be controlled from behind a screen, and the consequences can be devastating. If there's one takeaway, it's this: appearances can be deceiving, and the people we admire from afar may not be the people we think we know. Stay vigilant, protect those around you, and never ignore the warning signs of danger, because sometimes the most terrifying threats are hiding behind a smile. Thank you for joining me for this chilling story. If you found this story intense, thought-provoking, and a reminder of the unseen dangers around us, make sure to stay aware, share your thoughts, and protect yourself and your loved ones. Because in the world of influence, not everything is what it seems.